Okay, so today we are just going to see the sum series. Okay, this sum series we are just going to see. So in the sum series, we have the sum function, SumIF function, and the SumIFS function, which is the IFS. Okay, so now let's understand that how you will use these functions. Okay, like normal sum. If for an example, if I have this data set from column A to column G, where I have the amount in column G and I just want to make the total amount, the sum of this G column, the sum of this total amount I want. So for the total amount, what you will do? If I say I need the total amount here, so I will simply use the sum function. And in the sum, I will give the range for which I just want to make the sum. So I have given this range and close this bracket and enter. So you can see the total sales is this one. You can see. Okay. So this is basically the total sales. So whenever you have to make the total sales, this one, the sum, so you can use the simple sum function. But if you have to do the sum on the basis of any given conditions, okay, now the condition can be a single condition can be a multiple conditions also, right? In the first class we have already seen, if you remember, we have seen the countif and countifs, where I have told you the countif function we use for the single condition and countifs function we use for the multiple condition. In the similar way, if you want to do the sum on the basis of single condition, then you have to use the SumIF function, this one. So SumIF function basically work on the basis of the single condition or the single criteria. For an example, I have given you these branches in J column and I just want what is the total sales in each and every branch. I want the total sales for the central branch. I want the total sales for the North County branch. I want the total sales for the West Side branch. It belongs from any of the agent. It belongs from any of the account type, any customer. That doesn't matter. I am simply looking for that what is the total sales has been done in Central branch, what is the total sales has been done in the North County, and what is the total sales has been done in the West Side. So I have just given you the single condition that you have to focus on the branch only. That's it. So when on the basis of single condition, if you have to do the sum, so you have to use the SumIF function. In the SumIF function, we have the three parameter, okay, or the three input parameter. One is the range, then criteria, then the sum range. So first, understand this criteria. So as I have already told you in the countif session, criteria is basically your condition. Like in this case, I want to do the sum of the central branch. So central is my criteria. But this central is existing where into your source data set? In D column. So this D column will be your range. Then it says the sum range. What you want to do the sum? I want to do the sum of the amount column. So this G column will be my sum range. Okay. So firstly, I just need to pass the range. So my range will be column D, this one, and freeze it, comma, criteria will be this one, central, comma, sum range. Which column you want to do the sum? G column. So I selected this G column. Now close this bracket and enter. So see, it is telling you in the central, we have this total sales amount. If I drag this down, so I can see that in which branch, what is the total sales has been done. Okay. So it will show you the total sales for each and every branch. Similarly, if I just want to do the sum or the get the total sales for each and every account type, then in this case also I will use the SumIF function. Now, in this case, what will be my range? My range will be the column B, because the criteria which I have given you, that is the account type and which is existing in column B in your data set. So this will be your range, comma, criteria will be this IRA, comma, sum range, column G. Now close this bracket and enter. So this is the total sales for IRA account type. If you drag this down, Control D, so here you can see that in which account type what is the total sales. So it is giving you the total sales account type wise. So whenever on the basis of any single condition or the single criteria, if you have to do the sum, so in that case you have to use the SumIF function, this one. But if you have the multiple conditions, okay, if you have the multiple conditions and on the basis of multiple condition, if you have to do the sum, then you have to use the SumIFS function, IFS. Okay, SumIFS function is for the multiple condition. So for example, if I just want to know that in which branch for which account type what is the sales, like here I want to know in the central branch for the IRA account what is the total sales, for the North County branch for the IRA account what is the total sales, for the west side for this IRA account type what is the sales. So now I have given you the two conditions that you have to focus on the branch also and you have to focus on the account type also. So I want to know that in which branch for which account type what sales has been done. So I have given you the two conditions. So in this case, I will use the SumIFS IFS. Now it says the sum range. Sum range is what? For which column you want to do the sum? I want to do the sum for the column G, this one, comma. Now it says criteria range 1, comma, criteria 1. So if I'm considering my first criteria, this central branch, so this branch is existing where into your source data set? Column D. So this will be my criteria range 1, comma, criteria 1, comma, criteria range 2. So my second criteria is this IRA. So IRA is what? Account type. So my second criteria range will be column B. So criteria range 2, comma, criteria 2 will be this IRA. Now close this bracket and press the enter. So you can see it is giving you this output in the central branch for the IRA account type. This is the sales. Okay. Now I want to drag this formula to the downside and the right side to get the desired output for the other branch and the account type. So I need to implement the freezing concept. So here the freezing which I will implement, so this column J. So column J should not get changed when I drag this formula to the right side. So column J will get locked. Then if I fill this downside, so row number 11 should not get changed, right? Enter. And now if I drag this Control D and Control R, so you can see that in which branch for which account type what sales has been done. So here we have the two conditions or the two criteria, right? Now, for example, if we have a three criteria, so now here I have given you the same grade for which we have already worked, but I have added a one condition. Now here I have given you the drop down of the existing and the new branch also. So I just want that whatever the branch you are selecting from the drop down for that selected branch, for that selected customer, okay, this is a existing or the new, this is a customer. So for that selected customer, in which branch, what sales has been done for which account type. Like for example, I selected this existing. So for the existing customer, in the central branch for this IRA account, what sales has been done? I just want to know. And similarly for the other. So here I have given you the three conditions. One is a branch, second is the account type, and the third is the customer. So on the basis of these three conditions, I just want to make the sum. So in this case also, I will use the SumIFS function IFS. Same thing, sum range. I want to do the sum of this column G, comma, criteria range 1. Okay, if I'm just considering my first criteria, this central, so my criteria range 1 will be column D, comma, criteria 1 will be central, comma, criteria range 2. If I'm considering my second criteria, this IRA, so my criteria range 2 will be this column B. So criteria range 2, comma, criteria 2. Then comma, criteria range 3. So my third criteria is this customer for which I have given it a drop down. So the range will be this column E, criteria range 3, comma, criteria 3. That's it. Now close this bracket and enter. So you can see for this central branch, for this IRA account, for the existing customer, this sales has been done. Okay. So now I will just drag this formula to the down and right side after implement the freezing concept. So here I will freeze this column J as you are aware from this freezing concept. The row number 17, and for this existing, which is a J16 cell, I will make this absolute freeze, because if I drag this down and right side, so it should not get changed. So now if I drag this Control D and Control R, so you can see for the existing customer, you are getting this detail. Now, if I change this existing to the new, so you can see the amount got changed, right? I'm changing existing, this one, changing new, this one. So it is giving me this, that for the new customer, we do not have any IRA account for the central branch. Same for the new customer in the west side, we do not have the IRA account. So that's why you are getting the 0 over here. Okay. So this is something only you can achieve by the SumIFS function. Okay. So this is very simple concept. On the basis of single condition, if you want to do the sum, use the SumIF. If you have the two or more than the two conditions, on the basis of that you want to do the sum, go for the SumIFS IFS. Okay. Would you like to try this?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Please try this. Just perform all this. Just perform this one. I'm also pasting the formula for your reference here. This is the SumIF. And this is the SumIFs. Just by one and let me know. Now, here we have this max series, okay, maximum and minimum function. So as the word itself says, max is what? Max is going to give you the highest number from a range. Okay, max will give you the highest number from a range. Like for example, if I just want to know that which is the highest amount in this amount column, what is the maximum amount or the largest amount? So for that you can use this max function, and here if I just give this range, okay, and close this bracket and enter, so in this you can see it is giving you that this is the highest amount into this range. Okay. And if you want to go for the lowest amount or the smallest amount, use the min function. So min function always will give you the first lowest amount, and max function will give you always the first largest amount. But now if I ask you, can you please provide me the top three sales amount? I need the top three sales amount. It means the first highest amount, the second highest amount, and the third highest amount. Top three sales amount. So this top three sales amount, you will not be able to fetch either by the max or by the min, because max function always will give you the first highest number and min will give you the first lowest number, right? So in this case, we use the large function. Okay. The syntax of the large is array comma k. So array is basically your source data and k is the position. Remember this. Array is basically your source data and k is the position. Like you want the first position data, and it means the first highest number, so k will be 1. You need the second highest number, k will be 2. You need the third highest number, k will be 3, and so on and so forth. So here what I will do, I will simply use the large function, and this will be my array or this will be my range. I need the first highest number, so I will put the 1. First highest number, I will simply drag this one and I will just change this number from 1 to 2. So second highest number, and 1 to 3, that is a third highest number. So you can see this is the top three sales amount. Okay. And if you will change anything into this range F2 to F11, which we have taken. So in this range, if I will change anything and if that is coming under this top three, so that will automatically get changed. For example, here this 12,000 amount, I just change this to the 17,000. And once I will press the enter, so just focus on this top three amount. Enter, see, it got changed. Now this is the top three amount. Okay. So this large function is going to help you in this scenario.
Sir, I have one question.
Uh-huh.
Sir, is it only works for in the case of numerical terms, or like if
Yes.
you want to find out the name of the agent who got the highest amount, so is it possible to find it out?
Yes, yes. So basically, if you need that, for example, suppose I have just given you this amount, you are able to see this one, right? And now for this highest amount, I just need that this belongs to which agent, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right? So in that case, yes, we can do this. So for that one, we will just use either the index match or the VLOOKUP concept, because this maximum value will be my highest value, right? So I will
Mhm.
also show you over here itself. Okay. For example, suppose I have the agent and I have the sales amount. Okay. Now I say, I just want to know, and I'm just changing the name here so you will not get it confused. So for example, I have this data set, and now I just want to know, the question is here, find the agent name who has done the highest sales. This is your question, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah.
With the,
So,
with using the formula that you applied for finding the top three.
ha ha ha. For that, we will do this. Okay. So, what we will do, see, if I say I want to find the highest one, so for the highest, first highest, either you can use the max or you can use the large also. And in this, if I put the one, so it is giving me the largest number or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And this amount belongs to whom?
Alex Morgan.
Alex. So ideally the Alex Morgan name I just want, correct?
Yes,
Right?
sir.
So what I will do, I will use the VLOOKUP. This is my lookup value now. This is my table array, comma 2, comma 0. You are getting the name of the Alex Morgan,
Yes, sir. Fine.
right? So it means your lookup value, where I have used this I15, what is my lookup value? This large function or not,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So directly what I can do, where I have used this I15, I can use this large function here. So see, Alex Morgan name is coming or not,
Yes, sir.
correct? This one. And you can make it more dynamic. For example, this is for the first hire. Now if I say, if whatever the number I type it over here in this cell, I need the name for that, the first highest, second highest, third highest, or whatever. So where I have written the one, I will take the reference of this. So here the one is written, so you can see the first highest salesperson name, right? If I just change this to 2, can you see the second highest person name? Tony
Yes, sir.
Winters,
Hold on,
right?
sir.
This one. If I just make this the 3, you can see Jim Rogers, right? So easily you can fetch it. So that's what I said, that you must be aware from the individual functions concept. So easily you can recognize and you can capture the things. Is this clear?
Can we arrange the agent's name basis on the amount, like basis on the number of sales that they're doing?
You want to do the data sorting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can select your data set and then here you can see this sort here and you can just go for this custom sort. Okay. And on the basis of which column you want to go for the amount basis, right? So yeah,
Yes.
here select the amount. You want to do the smallest to largest or largest to smallest. So if you want to go for smallest to largest, click on OK. So can you see smallest to largest, the name is sorted over here,
Yes.
this one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Also, you have used drop down in the previous sheet, right? Can you
Mhm.
tell us how to add drop down
Yes,
next?
yes. So that I will cover. So for that one, we have a separate topic which
Mhm.
is data validation related. So we have a lot of the things into that. So I will just cover that one,
Okay.
how to create the drop down and all. Yeah. Okay. Now, similarly, as we have captured the top 3 sales or the top 3 sales amount, similarly, if I ask you, I need the bottom 3 sales amount. Okay. Bottom 3 sales amount. So if you just need the bottom 3 sales amount here, for example, okay. So if I just need the bottom 3 sales amount here, so what I will do, as we have the large function, so similarly we have the small function. Syntax are completely same. See, so here we will use the small function. Small, I will just give this range. Now I will say the one. One is means the first lowest or first smallest number. You can see 20. If I will just drag it and change 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on. So you can see the second lowest number and 3, the third lowest number. So we have these bottom 3 amount. Okay. First lowest, second lowest, and the third lowest. Okay. So in this case, you can use the small function. Okay. So we have these functions maximum, minimum, okay, and large and small. So we have these functions here. This one. Okay. Is this clear, everyone? Any question in that? No. Okay.
Sir, instead of amount, can we consider percentage over there?
Very good. Now, for example, that is a good question. For example, suppose here is a agent column, okay? And here I'm just taking a column as a sales contribution, okay? And here I'm just taking this and I'm just converting this number into the percentage. And now what my requirement is that in this, I'm just looking for the top three sales contribution percentage. Okay. So here, see, I'm using this large function. I'm selecting this range and I say 1. See, 95. Let me paste it. So you can see, okay, just convert this into the percentage. So 1 is a 95. If I drag it and change this to 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, now you can see we have these top three or not? This one,
Yes, sir.
correct? And obviously it will work. Why? You should also understand the reason. The reason is that because when you just go for the percentage, so percentage also will be in the number or the numeric format or not, right? So it will work for that. So whether that is the pure number or the decimal number or you have the percentage format, it will work on both. Okay. Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm just adding one function which I'm just going to cover it over here itself. So that is max if and min if. Okay. So now let's see the max if and the min if. Max if and min if. Okay. So for example, suppose you have a company name, okay, and here you have a sales amount, okay. So for example, the company name I say Tata, okay. Then here you have HCL. Then here you have IBM, okay. Then here you have Accenture, okay. Like suppose you have these four companies, okay, and here I'm just taking some sales amount, okay. This is some sales amount. Now what I'm just looking for, I have just given you this data, okay, and my requirement is that I just want to know in each and every company what is the highest sales amount, okay. Like I just want to know in Tata, this is the company, okay, and I need maximum sales. This is one scenario, okay. And second, I need the minimum sales. So I just want that in each and every organization, what is the highest sales has been done, the company wise, not the overall wise. Remember this. As I said, for the Tata, I need the maximum sales amount. Earlier, what we have seen from this particular range, like in this column B, I can fetch the highest sales figure, the lowest sales figure, top three, bottom three, and all. But now the scenario is changed. Now this time the scenario is I need the company wise. Like if I say I need the maximum sales in Tata. So you see the Tata has these three records, right? So in these three records, whatever the highest sales amount that I want. Say in the SCL. So we have this SCL record. So in this SCL, whatever the highest sales, I need that. And same for the IBM also. And same for the Accenture, right? So this is something I'm just looking for. So before I proceed further, requirement is clear to everyone. We are looking for a specific company-wise maximum and minimum sales, not the overall. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when you need the maximum or the minimum sales as per the condition, so we have the max if function, this one, IFS. Now, maximum range. So maximum range means the range from which you want to fetch the maximum sales. So I want to fetch the maximum sales from this, comma, criteria range 1, comma, criteria 1. So my criteria is the Tata and which is my company. So criteria range 1 will be this column A and criteria 1 will be this Tata. Now, if I'll just press the enter, then what should be the output? Tell me. In the Tata, what is the highest sales amount?
5,750.
55,750, right? If I press enter, you are getting that one or not, right? And now if I just drag this one, so see, the company wise you are getting it or not? If in the SCL, if you see, you have the highest sales 91,962, which you are getting. In the Essential, you have the 88,584 you are getting. Same, in the IBM, you have the 78,072 which you are getting.
Can you please repeat it once?
So in this max ifs function, I have just given this maximum range. So maximum range is what? That in this range, okay, I just need to fetch the maximum amount, but my condition starts from here, criteria range 1 and criteria 1. So my criteria 1 is basically the Tata. So here I need the sales from this one. So my criteria range 1 will be this column A, the company. And my criteria is this one, Tata, which is F2, this one. So I just pass this criteria range 1 and criteria 1. And same, if you want to go for the minimum sales, use the minifs function. Same, here only the minimum range. So this will be range. Criteria range 1 will be this. And criteria 1 will be this. So what is the lowest sales amount in the Tata?
16,000.
16,088, this one. And if I drag it, you can see the lowest sales amount for each and every company. So this is basically the function where you can use the minif or the maxif. Okay. Is this clear? Max